Hey guys, Jimmy Noble here. This is probably one of my most important conversations that I have with people when getting their home ready to sell, and it's when do I hit the market? And I'll tell you, a lot of people miss that mark. They hit it too late. So what I find is that if someone doesn't reach out and talk to us in advance, they think that if I want to move over the summertime so I can be in a new school district for the fall season. I'm going to hit the market and after the 4th of July hits. You know, here's the reality of how it works. Let's assume you're going to be on the market, so you're an actively listed property. You're going to be on the market for somewhere around 30 days. Now the reality is you could be on the market for 15 days, 5 days, 20 days, but let's just assume 30 days as a pretty safe timeline to make an assumption. Then you get a contract from a buyer, or an offer from a buyer. Everybody agrees to all the terms, becomes a contract. Typically what we expect to see is a contract between 45 and 60 days. So now I will tell you, go back a decade and, settlements were 30 days. Then it moved to 45, then it moved to 60. 60 is kind of the norm in today's market. With what's going on literally right now with the lockdown, we're seeing shorter settlement times, so we're seeing 45. If the property's vacant and everyone can do it, there's no reason to do a 30-day. But what we find is that 60 days, if I had to tell someone what should they plan on and what should they expect, plan on 60 days for a contract to close. So that means that the person who hits the market after the 4th of July is going to be on the market, let's say they hit mid-July, they're going to be on the market until mid-August, they're going to get a contract, they're going to be under contract into September, and then they're going to settle sometime in the middle of October. The reality is that the buyers who are looking to make their move, I know that, as a seller, you're talking about, okay, what do I want to do? But remember, you're selling it to a buyer, so you got to think, what do I got to do to sell it to them? Put yourself, the golden rule, put yourself in the other person's shoes. You want them to buy your product, line it up so that the terms are going to be most favorable for you. And you can get, for instance, better, more favorable terms if you have more buyers in the marketplace. And that school season starting is always a big driver, for people to get in over the summertime. So again, that example has you hitting the market mid-July, you're under contract or actively listed on the market until mid-August, then you're going to be under contract from August through September, September through October, with a settlement in mid-October. That's going to take care of that 60 days, will take care of all of your inspections, loan underwriting for the buyer, appraisals, title work, all of that stuff. So my point is, the buyers who are really looking to get their kids in for the school season, they're not there anymore. They've already made their purchases and they're either on their way to settlement or they've already moved in at the beginning of the summer. Timing is absolutely of critical importance. So reach out to your real estate agent long before you're actually ready to move and talk about these logistics with them, because they're going to help you set you up to be in the to meet your goals and also accommodate whatever we can to get the largest pool and population of buyers in the marketplace. And one of my favorite examples to use for this is somebody with a nice in-ground pool, where they say, you know what, I want to hit the market right before 4th of July so people can come through on 4th of July weekend. So first off, let me tell you, holiday weekends, historically, some of the slowest showing times. Do you think anyone wants to hang out with me on 4th of July weekend? Nope. People already have plans. It's one of the big traveled holidays of the cookout holidays of the year. People aren't meeting with their agents. Do we still have showings? Yes. Do we have a decline that when I look at our charts on the back end of the system, I can see noticeably? I can look at the chart and tell you when it's a holiday without attaching a calendar to the chart, just based on showing activity. So for example, people with a pool say, I want to wait till the 4th of July because the water's nice, the pool looks beautiful, the vegetation's awesome in the yard, and it's really going to be a selling point for the buyer. Here's the problem. Let's say you go on the market and you're on the market for a week, you get an offer, and you and the buyer sign it, turns into a contract on July 5th. It's a 60-day contract. So, August 5th is going to be 30 days. September 5th, school's already started. September 5th is going to be that 60-day mark. So the reality is you kind of miss the season when you wait for it to look beautiful. The buyer who wants to enjoy the pool wants to enjoy it from the beginning of the summer. So that means that you need to be on the market, much earlier. Figure that, the beginning of the summer, let's just call it June. School gets out, the weather starts getting really nice, it's pool season. The buyers are looking to already be moving in so that they can get in the pool, not settle in September. So if you've got a nice pool, you don't want to hit in June, you want to hit in, March. Because you're on the market for the month of March, get a contract, under contract for the month of April, and then the month of May, settlement at the end of May, beginning of June, perfectly lined up for the buyer to get in there and enjoy that pool. No one wants to buy a house and have to, look at the pool that they didn't get to use for the first year that they lived there. So make sure that you really talk to your agent about the logistics. One of the worst things that people do is when they call me and say, hey, I'm ready to go on the market right now. And it's not because I can't make it happen. We have in-house photographers and all of that stuff. We can make things happen, really quickly. So if you're ready, definitely give us a call. But the time to call us is 3, 4, 6, 8 months prior when you're getting everything ready. At the very least, we might be able to cut some of the costs for things you're already planning on doing. A great example, HVAC work and carpet work and roof work. We tend to have contractors that can beat the market price that the average homeowner gets by about 50% on those particular jobs. And that goes across the board for pretty much anything else you're looking at getting done. So give us a call if you're looking at doing anything in the interim or anything in the current market. Things are a little bit different. Showing activity is down, but the seriousness level of the buyers is way, way up. You don't need as many buyers to come through a property to put it under contract in today's market. Here's what the numbers typically look like. Throughout the last couple of years, I would tell people that if you've got an absolutely phenomenal on-point home, priced right, everything's ready to go, you're looking at getting an offer, one offer for every 5 to 10 people that'll come through the door, and that's pretty rock solid, and that's held for the last 2-3 years. Now it lends itself to change a little bit if you've got anything like you're on a high-speed road, you get highway noise, you get high-tension power lines, things like that, where someone comes to the property and they say, well, this is a great property, let's go check that out, and they come to it and then they see the power lines, they're like, you know what, I don't want the power lines. That's okay though, we still sell those houses too, all day long, and it just takes, you need to know that 1 in 10 number doesn't hold true. You might need 1 in 20, so you need more showing activity to find the right one. But things are moving in the current market. Make sure you really pay attention to your to when you want to list, and it's not thinking of like, when do I want to hit the market? Think of when do you want to move, and then back plan from there. That's the biggest secret. In the current market, I would personally use 90 days from hitting the market to when you want to get your check. And you can be plus or minus that, but there's always pre-occupancy and rent backs that we can deal with if it needs to come to that, to make sure that we line up all of your dates. Maybe we'll make another video about pre-oc and post-oc or rent back in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Good luck to you out there.